So today we're gonna feature a good composed meal that you can do in 30 minutes. And I'm excited because one of our favorite salads, Mom, is a quinoa salad. And one of the things I love about quinoa is it's packed with protein. But I put a tablespoon of this chimichurri in with the onions before I cook the quinoa. And if you don't have anything that's pre-done, just add some fresh green onion and maybe throw your favorite herbs into it. And then what you end up with is what is like almost like a pilaf style. So you'll see the quinoa is nice and fluffy and it is ready to eat now. We're gonna turn this into a cold quinoa salad. We've got some red pepper, yellow pepper, and some orange peppers. I don't particularly use raw green pepper. That's just a choice. My preference is the sweeter peppers. And I've cut them all the similar size. So we're gonna put those into the quinoa salad. We've got some cut up cucumbers, which is one of my favorite vegetables. But over here, we've got some diced green onions. So I like to use my green onions, these smaller onions, or maybe a leek instead of the harder onions because they have a brighter, softer flavor. So we're gonna put all of those green onions in. So we've got our onions and our peppers, and I'm reserving the cucumbers because I'm gonna top the salad off with the cucumbers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take our grater and just add a little bit of carrot. And again, that's gonna add a natural sweetness. And again, we're gonna stir that through. What we're gonna add is some cracked pepper. And then of course, we're gonna add a little bit of salt. And when you add some olive oil into your diet, you're adding a lot of nature's great health naturally in. This is where I want smell-o-vision again, some beautiful cilantro. And we're just gonna cut this up small. And as this salad sits, the flavor enhances.
It does.
So this afternoon, right?
Yeah.
It sits and it gets better and better. So with this, we're gonna pair some great kefta or ground meat. So I have my nice fresh ground meat in here. And what I'm now gonna do is just add a few of those flavors. And if you check back on our YouTube channel, I made this recipe and barbecued it in Cabernet Negro just a few weeks back. And was doing that while I was grilling directly beside me. So we're gonna be doing this recipe, but I'm gonna put some of my ingredients in a little bit more traditional way. So we've added some salt and pepper. So what I'm gonna be adding is a little bit of a spice mixture. And in this is some paprika, some cumin, and a little bit of ground pepper. So wonderfully, this is already pre-mixed in the jar for me. You can smell those wonderful flavors.
Oh yeah.
There's a little bit of cinnamon that's in there as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put about a tablespoon in the amount that we're making today. So what we've done here is we've taken the onions and we've taken those fresh herbs and I did them in my blender. So this is the ground onion and it's minced up very fine. And the trick is when you stir this in through your meat, it's gonna really get a mince into it. Does that make sense? So if I was the butcher, I would be grounding it in, and this way those flavors get directly into the individual meat fibers. So I'm gonna roll these up similar to the size of a meatball. And the other thing is these freeze really well. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing these flatter so that they're gonna cook evenly. We are gonna do these on the frying pan behind you. So she's gonna get those in. They're not gonna take too long to cook, but let's get some sauce ready that we're gonna have with that. We're just gonna make up a little bit of a creamy sauce, and I'm gonna use some mayonnaise, put a couple tablespoons of mayonnaise. I'm gonna put a little bit of that kefta seasoning, just trying to not get too much. So Gran, you put a little bit of your ground paprika, cumin, tiny little bit of ground cinnamon that's gonna go into that dish. What I'm also gonna add is a little bit of granulated garlic, because as we know, garlic is always good. This is a relish, which is a diced up pickles. So what I'm gonna be doing here, and I don't wanna put a lot, but I've got some diced up pickles that are gonna go in. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna add that briny flavor. And again, once this sauce sits just a little bit, already amazing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start on the side of my bowl, and I'm just gonna add a portion, and I probably have about a half a cup. And then over here, I've got some wonderful baby spinach. And then we've got some nice romaine fresh lettuce here. And then I like to add a little bit of shredded carrot and some cabbage. And here we've got some beautiful purple cabbage and some regular green cabbage. Now here is where I'm gonna put my cucumbers in. But what I'm gonna do is put a few of the blackberries and a few of the raspberries on the side of this dish. I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil across the top of this. And then what I'm gonna do is just add some other health and delicious. These are raisins. Dried fruits always add wonderful flavor. The other thing I have here is some pumpkin seeds. Again, these are roasted pumpkin seeds. And what I'm adding to this is some fiber and a lot more health and wellness to the dish. And I'm gonna top this off with just a couple of those beautiful baby tomatoes.
That looks good.
Right? And one of the things that I have is I've got this beautiful fresh basil. And this is where using your fresh herbs adds a punch of flavor.
Oh,
but
smell it just
right?
as you're picking it up.
Give it a rub.
I know, it's so
right?
good.
And there we have a wonderful salad bowl or power bowl. Now, if you want that protein, this is where the opportunity is. We can add a little bit of kefta to enjoy with it. And look at this beautiful composed dish. Now you can take this and put it right in a
Your
sandwich. Yes, directly in your mouth. I completely agree with that one, Mom.